Hello everybody. What I wanted to talk about today is get about 3 videos out to you. First, the overall purpose and where you're headed with the 30-day process to go ahead and address some questions and concerns that have come up. The first one is focus, and more precisely a lack of focus has been a big concern and stumbling block raised by a number of people. Some of you are a lot like me. We have the perpetual starter syndrome. It can be quite an interesting and fascinating thing, but it can also be detrimental to success. And basically, we are the type of people that love the startup phase, the idea generation, the creativity, all of that type of activity are the things we love. But then when it comes down to converting that into the result we want, which is in this case money, that's where we fall short and where we come up against hurdles. So we want to get over that and address that. As it pertains to focus here, we want to have no wandering, avoid the wandering, meandering, going off on different tangents, and basically going down other niche paths. We're at the point in the process where we've done quite a bit of market research, we've got a lot of numbers and data. Now it's time to find the best key phrases we have and start attacking those. And my own personal opinion and how I'm going to do the challenge is basically a balance of 3 different components of your key phrase. Basically, the first component is the number of Google competition. Obviously, under 30,000 is the threshold, and Ed said even fudged up to 35 if you have to, but it's best to keep it under 30. But then obviously you may have some keywords that have bumping up against 30,000. Then you may have some keywords that are under 1,000 that also have the second component of our balancing act, which is the G-Trends search volume. So obviously if you have a key phrase that's getting 137 G-Trends search volume and it's got only 673 competing pages, then that would be a stronger phrase based on the numbers than a phrase that has 30,000 or 29,733 Google competition and 137 G-Trend search volume. Obviously, the more comp for the same search volume, it's easy to see the numbers there show that the first key phrase would be better. The third component of the balancing act is your own passion and interest for the topic that the key phrase addresses, because when you're creating content, your passion and your interest is really going to show through in the content that you produce. The energy that you put in, the time that you invest to actually create good content is going to show through. So my advice, the way I'm going to attack mine, is a balancing act between those 3 things. I'm going to start with the number 1 priority is the G-Trend search volume. Second is going to be my passion and interest for the topic, and then third and finally is going to be Google's comp. So those are the priority of those 3 things that you need to balance when choosing the 1 to 2 key phrases you go after. That's how I'm going to do it. Mix and match those key phrases as you feel fit for what you're looking to do and how you like to operate. So as you can see now, of course, we're at the time to choose those 1 to 2 phrases and start creating content. We are on day 13 here. Ed's video was talking about the content creation, setting up your blog lines to bring in that content to you and get some snippets out using Google Notebook, Evernote, Google Note, Google Notebook, whatever tool you use to use that. And then of course it's getting into the action of actually creating the content. And as you can see, some of us that are in the starters and are lacking the focus, which this whole thing is about, this first concern, is that you can get mired and bogged down in the quagmire that is market research. There's always another term, there's always another idea, and it can be like quicksand. So the real key is getting into the action step, the activity, where you convert all that beautiful time, energy, effort, and energy. I probably said that, but convert that from the time that you put in, the investment you've already made, into action and the result that you want, which in this case is making money. So the fortune is going to be in your follow through and your follow up. Another concern that's come up is this idea of the Google penalty, sometimes called the Google slap, or the Google slap has a number of different connotations and different types, but in this case the sandbox with the whole tagging idea, and we do want to tag it properly. But basically the sandbox idea is if you were to register a domain today, and I don't know if Ed's even going to have us do that, it seems like he's guiding us toward a path that we were looking for Web 2.0 properties, so we're probably going to place our content on other Web 2.0 properties that already have age domains, so it will be a non-issue. But at some point down the track you are going to buy your own domain. So if, for example, if you were going to buy it today and then post it up, put your content up, make a good site, and then post it up for our group, the 3-team conglomerate group, SuperSize, Giant Tag Team, and Team Extreme, all 700 plus members of us would tag it. It would have thousands of backlinks within 24 hours, and the Google algorithm sees that as unnatural, and it could create a potential problem for you. And we're working on ways to manage this so that we can get you some tagging over a period of days and space it out. And I'm working with the other group leaders to get that process systematized and very easy for you to use so that we can work within those parameters, even though what we're doing is natural. We all come in from different IP addresses. We are all doing our own individual descriptions, and it's very natural, but unfortunately Google is nothing more than a math problem, really. That's what the Google search engine is, and so it can only do certain things. In the next video I'm going to talk about my secret time saver number 1, and in the third video and final video for this little series, my secret time saver number 2. And as one guy pointed out to me, we were having a private conversation, that my time saver number 2 wasn't really a secret. It's been around for a while, and that's true. In today's life with the internet and the flow of information, there really are no secrets. It's just something that is a secret to you when you don't know about it. So that's where we're headed, and I will conclude this video for now. See you in video 2.